feel like this is a lesson I keep needing to learn.
I need to wear a bra.
Well, fuck me, right? For having a uterus. It feels good to be closer to the means of production, you know? Apparently bad to have tumour growing. Would you like a Negroni on arrival? It's Thursday night. I've just gotten home from work. I crossed paths briefly with Jai, but he's gone to basketball. And I just kind of feel like vlogging because this weekend is, this weekend I feel like, I mean, it's kind of busy, but the past few weekends, a couple of months, do you want to go down? They just feel like they've been insane. What do you want? She wants me on the ground near her. Bill. Anyway, as I was saying, it's Thursday night. I've got to go out and about to do a bunch of errands over the next couple of days, so I thought you could keep me company. I feel like this is a lesson I keep needing to learn. I have been meal planning, which is good because it means that we like check our groceries and plan for the next week. But I think I always need to plan one less meal than I think because we always end up with like a bit too much of something. So we have more leftovers than we think, or like, I don't know, something comes up and I feel like we always have one meal too many worth of ingredients. And so like I'd bought mint to make mint pea soup and we actually ended up cooking too much rice, so I'm gonna make fried rice. So then we just wasted that mint. That's a lesson for me to try and remember. If you're new here, I'm Georgia. I make content about DIY, thrifting, lifestyle, bit of finance, vlog stuff. Over on my Instagram and TikTok, I'm very DIY, upcycling, circular economy, sustainable living. Here is just kind of my fun space where I'm figuring it out. But essentially the through line is having a creative, stylish life without breaking the bank or fucking the planet. I work 4 days a week, Monday to Thursday, and then Fridays I save to do content or whatever I need to do. Sometimes, and often I do end up working because my job requires travel. Often I will work, you know, last week I worked 7 days because I had to go away for the weekend. So it varies, but generally I have Fridays off. So tomorrow I've got to get a blood test first thing in the morning. It's got to be a fasting one, so it's got to be before 10 a.m. and I can't have eaten. And while I'm in the hospital district, I need to get an x-ray on my foot because I have had a weird lump for ever. And I just thought I should probably figure out what that is. I'm gonna pour a glass of wine. I threw out the cork, so I had to use foil. And also while I'm out and about, I need to go to the post office. I didn't forget that it was my niece's birthday on Monday, but I have this thing with birthdays where I will remember it, because I write things down everywhere, but then on the actual day, like I think when I was like, cool, contact her, it was during school hours and then the evening came and I didn't contact her and then the next day I was like, fuck. So I'm going to post her a card with like too much cash in it to be like, sorry. That reminds me, that's also something I've got to put on my to-do list. It's her 10th birthday. So my mum, my sister, and we're taking her little sister, are gonna have a girls' weekend, staying at a hotel in the city. They live out west, so like they're coming into town. We're gonna go to Pancakes at the Rocks, like you're a big girl now, 10 years old type party. I also need to go to the pharmacy because I have a pimple that just won't quit. So I need to get some pimple patches and I've got to get some scripts filled. I am thinking I'll go to Marrickville Library. It's my favorite place to work. It was like renovated a few years ago and has a cafe in it and it's just beautiful. So the work that I was planning to do tonight, I might go do that tomorrow. But then I also want to go to the gym. Is this boring? Sorry. I also want to go to the gym because I'm doing this 6-week program at the moment where it's 4 times a week and I skipped a day, so I need to make up for it. But you're not meant to exercise before you donate blood. I would normally do it in the morning. Sorry, not donate, draw blood. And that's all just tomorrow. Then Saturday, I want to go to Specsavers because they have a sale at the moment and I need new glasses. I'd also really like to clean my shoes, like my Birkenstocks and my sneakers and stuff. They're all just getting a bit rank. And I'm very much of the clean your shit, mend your shit, don't just go and buy a new thing unless you really need to mindset. So yeah, that could be a good thing to do on a Saturday. And then Saturday night, we've got dinner with friends in Chinatown. That's probably gonna be a really long vlog already. So I'll probably then, or you could come along on Sunday morning. I am seeing Grandma and Grandma is a bit of an internet star. So maybe I'll take you along for that. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, let's cook. So as I said, we've got leftover rice, and then it was kind of just a game of pulling out anything in the fridge that I can chuck in the fried rice, because I knew I had frozen peas and corn and carrots, but now I'm like, oh, I've got too much cabbage, we've got some frozen edamame, kimchi. I'd always kind of thought fermented foods were just a bit of a like, not a gimmick, but like overstated the health benefits, you know what I mean? But I've been listening to this podcast and it seems like it is quite science-backed to eat fermented foods. I obviously believed in needing a diverse gut microbiome. However, I thought that I didn't think actually eating microbes would help that. I thought you just had to eat a diverse range so that it would like create funky stuff, which you do need to do, but this also does help, research shows. So, all right, I'm gonna quit yapping. I'm gonna put a podcast in and I'm gonna listening to the Gina Reinhardt podcast. Hey Google, can dogs have cabbage?
It can cause flatulence in dogs, so remember to feed cabbage in small amounts.
You want some cabbage? Good girl. The other day, Jai sent me this Instagram post and it was like, lift your fingers up to your nose and smell them. If they smell like garlic, life ain't so bad. Well, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, obviously not authentic, but a good way to use up lots of veg. The thing that's weird though is it's basmati rice because it was leftovers from dal. Soy sauce and chili oil and garlic on anything, and it's pretty good. Jai should be home soon. I'm gonna go get my comfies on and take my makeup off and blah, 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 and get on the couch. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm about to talk to the camera, I'm not talking to you, okay? Good morning. It's probably 8:30 now. I woke up just after 8, which is late for me, but I decided last night to turn off my alarm for this morning just to let my body tell me how much sleep it needed, which I'll often do on Fridays. I do like to wake up early, but I also like to go to bed late and I need a lot of sleep, so the math ain't mathing. But yeah, that means that I think the blood test place opened at 8 and I was hoping to be there when it opened, which obviously did not happen. So we're just gonna get our shit together now and go do the errands and then go to the library. That was all quicker than I thought. It's like 10 a.m. now and I got into the blood test and the x-ray like straight away. So I'm gonna go up King Street and get my prescriptions and go to the post office and then go to the library after lunch. Okay, change of plan. It looked like it was about to start raining, or I could feel some sprinkles, so I decided to get in the car and go straight to Marrickville, and I'll do this stuff in Marrickville because otherwise I was going to get stuck halfway up King Street with it maybe pissing down. So now I can eat. I make these at the start of the week because otherwise I will often just like forget to have breakfast, or I just try and streamline the morning as much as possible. Also, the blood test that I get and the reason that it has to be fasting is, I mentioned this in a vlog last year. I have a benign brain tumor, which I discovered maybe 2 years, I can't remember, I think 2 years ago, because I hadn't got my period for like a year and a half, 2 years, and certain reproductive hormones were out of whack, which led my GP to say, go get an MRI. And I have this little tumor that is like pushing down on an area that excretes excess of this hormone. So it's fine. I have to get an MRI once a year to check that it's not growing. And I have to take this tiny pill once a week. And the moment that I started taking it, like clockwork, started getting my period again. And I was like, why did I want to fix this again? But yeah, no, apparently bad to have tumour growing. But so that they can get accurate hormone reads, you can't have eaten before, and it has to be like first thing in the morning before 10 a.m. so that they can get those levels. And my iron has been really low, like fairly consistently, but last year went into the really low range. And so my GP said that I can't donate blood anymore, and is just trying to figure out if that's related to anything else either. So blood tests I get them every few months, probably twice a year. So that's that. Speaking of medication, I am nearly out, so I'm going to go to the pharmacy and the post office, and yeah. Okay, the rain arrived. As always with errands, things just took longer than you think they do. You didn't have a thingy, and I had to get cash out because there weren't vouchers, and then the pharmacy didn't have the pill. It had one of my medications but not the pill. Also, $100 for 3 months of the pill. I don't remember it being that expensive last time I bought it. I thought it was like 50, but maybe it was. So annoying. Well, fuck me, right? For having a uterus. In other news, while I was waiting for my scripts, I was browsing and found a new dry shampoo. I've never heard of this one, but Dermal Therapy is the lip balm that I've been using lately because I've had incredibly dry lips. And then people on Instagram suggested Dermal Therapy, and it has been really good. So I trust the brand. I didn't know they had a dry shampoo, but thought I'd try it. Probably shouldn't spray an aerosol in the car. I'm gonna wait. And I got the pimple patches. I also haven't used these ones before. And I was really tempted to get eyebrow tinting kit. I used to laminate and tint my eyebrows at home. It is a bit of a rigmarole. And I would do my gel nails myself as well. Slowly been moving to being less and less bothering with that. But I think tonight I might paint my nails. I always have DIY projects, that's why I don't paint them, but I don't think I have to do anything this weekend. So I could have a few days of nail polish. All right, let's go to the library. I am desperate for a coffee, like. I'm home. I didn't make it to the gym. I am white. And Jai sent me a message saying, would you like a Negroni on arrival to him? So I put my pedal to the metal. He's also making tacos. And I'm gonna go chill. Go.
Go.
Not quite. Meditate, Billy. Good girl. Hey Google, set a timer for 5 minutes. Jai is off donating blood, and I'm going to take Billy out, and then we're going to the markets. Good. It's nearly 10:30 and we are on the way to Orange Grove Markets. Never been there before, but I would prefer to buy organic, but we can't afford it. But then I saw a video where someone was like, I get mine cheaper than normal groceries, normal like produce at the supermarket by buying it at, there's an old man looking at me, by buying it at a market. So I'm gonna compare whether it's actually cheaper. The markets were really fun. I would say on the price factor, We spent a similar amount to what we would normally spend on weekly groceries. Some things were cheaper and some things were more expensive. Like, I feel like herbs are $1.80 or $2, and often at Woolworths they can be like $3.50 and worse quality. I don't think we ended up buying that much organic because that was still probably like 50% more of non-organic, but we bought like farm fresh, which I do think will last longer, be fresher than getting it from the supermarket. That being said, we don't actually buy groceries from like Woolworths, Coles that much. Jai normally goes to the Asian grocer or like a local, whatever suburb we're in that weekend, independent grocer, because they are quite cheap, but I think the markets are fresher. And it feels good to be closer to the means of production, you know, less middlemen between when the food was in the ground and when it's in my fridge and belly. So happy with that. And I didn't get flowers, but there was a really nice flower stall that's always $15 or 2 for $25. And I think next time I do like a big house clean, I'll get myself flowers as a treat. So I'm gonna put all the groceries away now and then go to the gym. It's freezing and I don't want to take my Ugg boots off, but we're going to dinner, so let's get cute. So I'm thinking this one shoulder top. Oh, that's cold. Okay. Oh, I could do double denim. Do I need to wear a bra? Don't answer that, I'm not going to. I got these little things from a like low waist packaging makeup brand called It's All Fluff, or it's called Fluff, but their branding's It's All Fluff. How good is this like blackberry? They're based in Melbourne and the woman seems cool. I feel like a vampire. Okay, I'm gonna put a bit more bronzer on and then leave. And I'm gonna take this very cute bag that I got for like $1 at the op shop, of course. Good morning. It's, I'm gonna guess like 9:15, and I didn't sleep too well. A few wines were had last night. One of Sydney's best kept secrets is Market City Tavern. It's in Chinatown. There's like this little rooftop, but the whole building the whole pub other than that tiny rooftop is like a giant pokies area, which sucks. I hate the pokies, but it does keep the beers really cheap. So we went there before and after dinner, but it was so much fun. I was with like a couple of friends I'm really close with, and then one couple that I had only met once before, but I really liked them and we got along. I got lunch with my family at like 2 p.m. today, and we're gonna go to Bankstown Shopping Centre or Liverpool Shopping Centre before, because that's near there, and there's a Specsavers and a Uniqlo, and I want to have a look for some basics. I tend to thrift most of my clothes. That's how I avoid participating in unsustainable practices, is by just like buying secondhand. And I don't care if it's like, this is Kmart, but I bought it secondhand. So I'm like, anyway, you get it. But I do need some basics. And so like, this is a bit of a side note rant, but I think some people that are trying to participate in slow fashion, ethical fashion, sustainable fashion, get really, can be kind of distracted by only buying slow fashion brands, which I think are really good to support. But I was talking to some of my colleagues who, money's a struggle for them, and they kind of feel sidelined in the sustainable fashion conversation or sustainable purchasing conversation, because they don't feel that they can afford to buy what's deemed as like ethical fashion stuff. Whereas my main argument is buy what you're actually going to use. Number one, buy secondhand. Number two, buy something from a sustainable brand, B Corp, small business, handmade, whatever. Number three, if you are going to buy something mass produced, buy it because for all three of these things, buy them because you're actually going to use them and they're going to add value to your life. Because even if you buy a sustainable brand, if you're buying a dress that you're only going to wear once, that's not good for the environment, versus buying something from Kmart and wearing it 100 times and keeping it for years. There's more nuance to that, like there's obviously microplastics and whatever, but that's just my take. on how I choose to buy things. So all that to say, am I trying to justify going to Uniqlo? No, I don't give a shit what you think. That's not true. I do care what you think. But all that to say, I thought it was maybe worth explaining because I need some basics like plain white t-shirts, that sort of thing. So I've been planning to go to Uniqlo, but since then I've discovered this brand called Australian Stitch, which I think I'm going to get some basics from. They're based in Melbourne and it's all produced there. So, and it's not that much, like it is more expensive than a Uniqlo or a Kmart or whatever, but not crazy. I think it's like $50 for a t-shirt. So more expensive, but achievable. So I might actually not end up getting much from Uniqlo. I struggle with pants because I'm bodacious down the bottom. I've been trying to find like a kind of suit pant, comfy work pants at op shops, and it's very fit dependent. So I need maybe 2 pairs of black or grey or navy, like things I can, now that I work in an office, just easier things to wear. When I was freelancing before, like my whole career until last year, I kind of only needed some like simple stuff to wear on shoots. I needed things to wear at home, and then I would have like more fun things, dressy up things. But now I feel like what I wear most of the time is like a shirt and some pants or jeans. So yeah, I just want to see if there's any basics that will complement my wardrobe and make it easier to wear the things that I have. How did I get here? Yesterday, before we went out for dinner, I did a bit of stuff on the computer and booked the hotel for next week. So yeah, we're gonna leave in probably 2 hours. I'm gonna take Billy out now. Might try and do a quick clean of even just my Birks. I'd like to get them resold as well, but maybe I'll like polish my boots and stuff. Just start that shoe revival train. Alcohol, she's a cruel mistress. Let me put my shoes on. It's a bit cold today. Good job. Do you want some toast? Ow. I'm nearly out of this. I've got this skin tint and a It Cosmetics one that's pretty thick. But this one's still like, I don't like very full coverage, so I normally mix it with an SPF. This is SPF as well, so they're both SPF 30 or 50. And I bought the Summer Fridays one a while ago. I don't think I'll repurchase. Like, it's nice, but I don't need to be spending so much money on makeup. I just found out it's about to start raining when we go out, so I'm not going to clean my shoes because I want to be able to leave them out in the sun to dry. I just feel like they won't properly dry inside on a damp day. So maybe I'll make that a separate video, like explaining how I clean my shoes to keep them living longer. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I've kind of made it a bit of a thing this year where I want to figure out what my holy grails are. I'm doing a bit of a project pan, if you've heard of that, where you like actually hit pan and finish all of your makeup instead of just buying something trending. And unfortunately for me, I have 6 concealers. I recently finished one, so that's good. I don't know why I have so many of these. I think I told my mum I liked them and then I got a bunch for Christmas, and they're slightly different shades, I guess. But I don't wear this every day anymore. It's like the Tarte Shape Tape is quite thick, like intense. Probably help with these mammoth pimples I have to cover them up. But the reason I bring this up is because I've been seeing posters around that House Labs, Lady Gaga's brand, is now at Sephora. From what I've seen when I've seen it on like American YouTubers, it does look like it could be, I want like fuller coverage in a concealer but not drying, and people have said it's good. Anyway, so I wish that I had less concealer so I could justify buying it. And also when we have our little girls weekend next weekend with my niece, I feel like we might go to like Sephora or Mecca. And sometimes my mum's like, oh, I'll get that for you, darling. So I'm gonna have to say, no, I don't need anything. This stuff is expensive, but God, it's good. I haven't worn these earrings in years. I'm like, I guess much like Project Pan, I want to start using my costume jewelry properly. I think I bought these in like high school or uni. But they've survived many culls, so I must like them. The thing about if I were to do the eyebrow tinting, which I used to do sometimes, is that I don't actually have that many hairs. So it's not that they're too light. Like they probably would look a bit thicker if the hair was a bit darker, but I really think I actually just need to fill them in, which is, I feel like I've already like streamlined my beauty routine as much as I can. Like this kind of takes me 5 minutes probably. This I will probably repurchase though. Urban Decay Slick Eyebrow Gel, really good. And I don't have any other eyebrow gels. I think I found this to be a holy grail. But I have to clean it in between each time because you don't want all your makeup getting back in. But in the next few months I'll need to replenish that. Do I look hungover?
No.
I feel like I really 180'd that. All right, off we go. Something terrible has happened. We just got home and I recorded a clip. I just quickly rewatched it and it was all in slow motion and didn't record any audio, which I do. It's really easy to do on this camera and it's really annoying. And the reason that it's terrible is because I don't have many brain cells left. But essentially had some success with the glasses. I didn't order any today because I need to get my script renewed. But I think I found 2 pairs that I liked. Vivienne Westwood as well, which I will feel very cool to own something Vivienne Westwood, even if it was from Specsavers. They've got a 2 for $1.99 deal at the moment, but because my prescription is really intense, I'll need to pay another like $2.50 for thinning. But still, I really need new glasses, so that's good. I got some pants from Uniqlo, which I tried on in the last clip. I'm just gonna include the shot because I'm not standing up again. Today's Mother's Day, so that's why I was having a family lunch, and I'd booked the table for 2 p.m. We didn't get seated till 2:30, then didn't order till 3, and then our food didn't arrive till close to 4. So by the end of that, I was like, oh my God, let's get me home. And in the car just then, Jai was like, he's also wiped, and he just turned to me and was like, can we watch Law and Order tonight? And I was like, yes, what a good man. That's exactly what I want to do. So I'm pretty excited about that. I normally do a bit of a Sunday reset on Sunday Arvos where I prep my breakfast for the week and like plan out the meals and plan in my journal and stuff. But the 2 brain cells that I still have are just yelling at each other. I'm just so wiped. So I'll probably like chip away at that in front of the TV tonight, just get my affairs in order, but there's no way I'll be able to talk it through. So if you do want to see that, let me know and I can make a video next week. Or, you know, whenever I can be bothered. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to end the vlog off here. Vlogs are such a funny thing because I'm like, why would people care about my life? But I get so much comfort watching other people's vlogs. So I'm like, maybe you will too. Okay, I need to go. See you soon.